The Amex Platinum just got even more expensive. They made some major changes to this card, some good, some bad. We're gonna be diving into all of that and answering the question, is the Amex Platinum in 2023 worth it? So a summary of the changes are an increased annual fee. They raised it $100 to $7.99. They changed the earn rate on the dining category from 3 points to 2 points, and they introduced a new annual $200 dining credit. So we're going to be diving into all of that, plus I'm going to be sharing my actual spending in a year so we get an estimated value of this card. I'm also going to be talking about the non-monetary benefits as well too. And guys, even if you aren't considering an Amex Platinum, this video is still worthwhile to check out because it gives you a good methodology on how to value your credit card to see if it's worth it or not. And if you're new here, my name is Chongyo and I post travel, fashion, lifestyle vlogs. I have other Amex videos on my channel if you're interested in that as well too. But anyways, let's dive right into the video. So this card increased to $7.99, which is very expensive if you ask me. But don't let the shock from the sticker price deter you from checking out this card, because this card could actually be net positive for you. And actually in the first year, it's a no-brainer. You should get this card because of the generous welcome bonus. So the welcome bonus is 60,000 points, but if you sign up with my referral link, which will be in the description, before October 31st, you'll get 70,000 welcome bonus points. Just a side note too, you also will get 30,000 points if you keep your card for more than 14 months. But let's just talk about the first year because that's the initial hurdle that you have to get over. 60,000 welcome bonus points. How much is that actually worth in dollar value? Amex points are some of the most valuable points because they are easily transferable to a lot of different airlines and hotel chains. You can also use them for statement credits, but I highly recommend you don't do that because that is the worst exchange rate. But let's just say you did redeem for the statement credit, so 1 cent per point. That welcome bonus is worth $600. Now, if you add on the 2 annual credits, the $200 dining credit, which is new, and also the $200 travel credit, we're at $1,000. So that exceeds the annual fee. But like I said, statement credits are the worst way to go. You can get up to 4 cents or even higher if you redeem for business class flights, which would make your welcome bonus worth $2,400. But I would say a happy medium is around the 1.5 to 2 cent point range. That's when you're redeeming for economy flights. That's usually what I redeem for. And you're still getting pretty good value, way better than the annual fee. So that's why, like I say, the first year, a no-brainer. Okay, the welcome bonus is great and all, but now you want to keep your card for subsequent years. Is it still worth it? Okay, so stripping out the welcome bonus, can your spending exceed the cost of that annual fee? That hefty $7.99 annual fee. I broke down my spending just so you get an example. In travel, I spent $3,200, in dining $8,100, and everything else $33,000. So accounting for all the different point multipliers, I earned just over 56,000 points. So that's going to give me a value on the worst case, $563, and on a better case scenario, $2,200. And then there's obviously the range in between. So then once I add on those 2 statement credits, I'm over that annual fee. The dining credit is obviously something that you have to spend. But the travel credit, you can book a non-refundable hotel, cancel it, and you still get that credit. So it's a free $200. But the dining credit obviously is a bit harder. You go to a restaurant, use the card, but then what? You turn back your meal and say, I actually don't want it. I think that's a bit harder to do. But yeah, the travel credit, free $200. So in most cases, the Platinum is worth it. And we haven't even talked about some non-monetary benefits. So I'm gonna share those right now. And then you can come up with a conclusion for yourself if this card is worth it or not. So one thing going forward is they said they'd increase their Amex offers. This is actually a monetary benefit because you get statement credits. I didn't include it with the other benefits because this is more sporadic. But from what I've noticed, I have indeed seen more Amex offers and for things that I actually want to use. You know, before there was things where I probably wouldn't use, like FedEx, or some other like home furnishing stores, random restaurant chains. And so right now I've used it for more beneficial things. There's one for Skip the Dishes, they have some for Lululemon, there's one recently now for Miku, have them for hotels, which they've had before. But yeah, overall I just think the Amex offers have improved, but I wouldn't get a card strictly on the Amex offers. Another benefit that people often talk about is the concierge. I love the concierge, or at least I used to. to. Right now, it kind of seems like it's more of an inconvenience to call the concierge, and what you're getting out of it isn't really the best. Let me explain. I really only use the concierge for a few things. And I mean, if you guys use it for other things, I'd love to know how you guys benefit from it, so leave that in the comments down below. But I've used it for restaurant reservations, recommendations on restaurants and stuff to try when I'm traveling somewhere, or getting concert tickets. Now, 2 out of the 3 uses have been less effective than what they have been before. The first one being concerts. And now this is no fault of Amex, but with Ticketmaster, I believe the COVID policy changed, because before you could call Amex and they could buy tickets on your behalf. But now they actually can't do that, so there's no real use for using Amex, because before on like really popular concerts, you could call Amex and then they could get you tickets, which I used for Travis Scott. They sold out really fast. I was able to get like 6 floor seats, resell them. Yeah, it was great. Now Amex can't do that because you have to be the one actually buying tickets. It's a Ticketmaster policy. It's not Amex's fault, but that's one thing that has changed. Another thing that has been less effective is restaurant booking. So when I went to New York earlier this year, I wanted to book Carbone. What I understand, I called the concierge over a month in advance because I wanted to book Carbone for our anniversary. From what I'm told from talking to the concierge, because I was frustrated because I gave you over a month's notice, how come I couldn't get Carbone? The Canadian site, now maybe this is different for American cardholders, on the Canadian side at least, they aren't able to access the American restaurant booking system. So they told me that they can only look at Carbone 1 month in advance, which is when the general public gets to look at it as well too. It just seems like the Amex Canada side can't interact well with the US restaurants. And also too, every time I call in for a restaurant reservation, even in Canada, they always just either A, check online and book, or like call the restaurant. They usually say like, no, we can't book it. So it's just like I'm calling, I'm waiting for you guys to call, and I don't get it. So it's usually the same outcome as if I were to call. So to me, it kind of just lost its value right there. The restaurant recommendations is nice, but I have seen them recommend just random chains like Joey's, for instance. So I feel like they aren't experts in places either, so just take that with a grain of salt. Another benefit, which is great with the card, is the Centurion Lounge. But as of March 2023, you don't get complimentary guests anymore. You have to spend $75,000 on the card to get a guest, which is good and bad. It's good because it frees up the capacity of the lounge because there was lines everywhere. But it's bad if you're traveling with a guest and you're supposed to pay $50 for them. That's also kind of frustrating. So I can see both sides of things. That's just one other change that happened. So I probably overloaded you with information, so let's quickly recap all the things we talked about so you can make an informed decision. Is this card worth it for you or not? So the annual fee changed. It increased by $100. But with that, we have a brand new dining credit for $200 annually. Unfortunately, the earn rate for the dining category changed from 3x points to 2x points per dollar spent. Just based on my spending on the dining, that would have cost me about $80. So if you think about it like this though, we have the annual fee increased by $100. The value I lost out on costed me $80. Let's round it to $100 because I could have got maybe better use of my points. And then we have this new dining credit for $200. So if you think about it, it just nets to zero, but having the annual dining credit forces you to spend $200 on a meal, which you might have not done before, but it's also good to treat yourself, and I'm excited to use my dining credit. I'm going to Anna Alina in a couple weeks. They've also improved the providers of the Amex offers and also the frequency. I would say over the past few months, I've gotten over like $100 in statement credits, and I haven't even been getting the high value ones. Like there's ones where you spend like $700, you get $200 back. I've been just getting like $25 here, $50 here. It adds up over time. I would say in a year, I probably get an extra $250 worth in statement credits. Some of the benefits have worsened, the concierge and also the Centurion Lounge. But if I look at it on a pure monetary standpoint, this card is still worth it. And with the welcome bonus, it's hard to deny why you wouldn't get the card. So that's why I kind of think it's a first year free trial. Try out the card, see if you like it. Maybe you have better experience in the concierge with me. Or maybe you travel alone. So having the Centurion Lounge less busy with less people could be a positive to you. I guess it's just all how it fits your needs. I should mention I just talked about some of the more key benefits in deciding on this card, or what I value as a key benefit to decide on this card, but I'll list some of the other benefits in the description down below so you can have a more comprehensive read on that. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and guys, if you're thinking about getting this card, use my referral link down below. It'd be greatly appreciated that you guys support this channel. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm a rock star.